the go-to, genuinely, for the longest time for Leviatán. Doesn't matter that they be running the same defaults in and out. It's time for that match start, brought to you by Samsung OLEDs.
Yeah, well, EG, if they are the David in this Goliath story, they've got two stones that are going to fit into the sling, and that is those duelists, Digizine and Serona.
Yeah, it definitely is. Viper orb up.
Poison orb emitting. Poison's off.
Looking to poke, looking to prod.
These two teams, yeah. There's pot shots on either side. A real commitment of it, and Digizine going down early, but that's how Horns are now popping through with a flash forwards as Sato again. Head off the shoulders here for Serona, gliding forward, still tucked to the corner, but that is lovely aim, lovely work over the shoulder to be helping out.
Poison orb emitting.
Superman, the final one left alive to pick up the pieces. I mean, he has found that gap over towards A. That's something that EG might want to rely on later on. You know, if you can pull blows into mid like this, there is going to be a big gap for Superman, but this is not the round to capitalize on it. In fact, in rounds like this, sometimes it can be better just to go down and show that you didn't know about this A gap.
Poison's off.
30
Superman
seconds left.
Obviously spotted out at this point. Sato is unbelievable. I mean, 4 kills for him on a pistol, 1 away from the ult already.
He's outrageous, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's defined himself very, very clearly as the best Phoenix in the world. There might have been conversations prior to Masters London. A lot of people looking towards people like, I don't know, Primi, maybe? Not that he was playing a lot of Phoenix on the run-up, he was mostly playing Jet, but... If Serona is him, I don't know what words you're going to use to talk about Sato.
Yeah.
Sato is at next level.
It really is. That's why we were talking about it. It is a significant step up from one game to the next for EG.
Because it's not necessarily the quality of players. Like, Envy have high-quality players, but this team system works brilliantly with LEV.
Yeah, it's about how well it's put together, but this is quite nice from Digizine. He's already taking charge of the situation. Spike with that Judge, but listen, trying to square up, trying to scrap as well. He's pulling a couple of players, bringing them down low. No real kills here, but surely Neon with a follow-up, tries to spray him down, anticipating that re-swing.
Hey, this is danger.
Has handed over 2 guns. 2 rifles, and Spike still not with that upgrade into that 2v2.
Yeah, but Spike still has slide. He can take an engagement here and one-shot either of these players.
Broken, he's just finding the right time to engage. He's already through and out. It's a lot of damage done again, but that Bulldog in the hands of Digizine. He's taken over now. Already still damaged. He plays as weak as anything, but it goes both ways. Blows! Oh, into the 1v1. It's Bowden takes it for a thrifty win early on. Smiles on their faces, no doubt about it.
I can't believe the judge didn't get the one shot there on a 50 health player.
Shotgun nerfs, man.
It feels like it,
It
yeah.
is.
I got that, my brain's still on a previous patch. This is a really heavy commitment here coming out through mail by Sato. Sato goes in to try to help out the first player who dies, King, but King didn't have a weapon. So Sato's overcommitment there actually gives the weapon away and they can't recover it. It's a huge opportunity for EG. These are the kind of things that you want to capitalize on when you're the underdog in a squad like this, in a situation like this, rather.
Yeah, we're going to be taking it slow for now.
The Paper X play.
It is. Straight through the smoke. Little hot flash play through. Hold on. A lot of damage done, Pancake's got to be careful here. Sato. He's only got the classic, but he's still looking to see if he can take this fight. And this is Pancake's is hard committed into the corner.
When have you seen a fight here?
It's so unorthodox, but it works out in the favor. Lev forcing the issue.
That's crazy. Sato now has a gun and an ult.
And just like this, we're going to see the back and forth thrifties potentially. Serona looking to plug up a potential gap over towards heaven. Now side control, Spike. Going to need to do some miraculous stuff with a bandit in hand. Potentially the right tool, but with that rifle, listen, Sato straight A, he's got to run it back to playoff. This is going to be a full heal back up. He's taking a fight forward. Spike just plays it beautifully. Takes one down to the grave with him. Sato happy to slow it down. Not force the issue. This is Superman though with a mass rotation potentially. Looking to see if he can get all the way to the B site.
30 seconds
30
left.
seconds roughly now. Superman's going to be given time. A lot of space here for the plant.
Yeah, he's got to reposition, I think, into a situation where he can catch Sato off guard. That's the big advantage that he currently has. Sado was giving him a ton of credit that he was going to loop back into A. So Superman digs himself into a forward position. Does Sado think about it?
Diligence in the mind. Superman notice. Forward position is absolutely everything. And a 2-1 start here for EG. Definitely got dicey.
It did, but their economy's already in a good spot because they thrifted the previous one, and they actually drew the Phoenix ult out of Sato. You can talk about the fact that this was a dangerous round for EG when it maybe shouldn't have been, but end of the day, with the results being what they are, I think they can be fairly happy about that. Might have even set them up into a better position, because now Zerona, with the ult advantage, could put them in a position where Lev's economy is going to get knocked again. Yeah. Can they snowball this?
Ramp take over towards it. Running back now going to be used through the main choke point. Nobody is home. Fastly known forwards. Vizazine trying to sidestep a lot of Yuto coming his way. There's many layers to this. DTP up and towards heaven.
That's a cool anti-strat. They're trying to punish blows who would normally be spamming there.
But there's a rapid take again. The repush already called for. Lever looking to see if they can flood back down towards the ramp, and a fight into the smoke up towards heaven. It's dominated. King Fell's bow in the process here, and Superman's left with a very difficult decision-making. Digizine's just going to hold on for as long as he possibly can, but a Hawk revealing out towards the back, and that is Spike and Blows already activating. Collapsing onto the side, a little bit of a sidestep, but Superman not ready for that one. Blows immediately on the right line.
Their A retakes are just too good. You shouldn't be able to play a retake every round and win as much as they do. But I think they were saying that they win. This is the stat that I believe it was a coach or a manager tweeted this out after London, that they were winning something like 63, 65% of their A retakes. Your numbers should be half that as a good team. It's astonishing how many of these they win. And that was a cool idea from EG. They know that Blows likes to play in A Heaven, so they slid their Neon into the A Heaven smoke at the same time as they TP their Omen up there.
Yeah.
And somehow Blows has got the Spidey sense to back off before it even happens. That was EG trying to be the anti-strat team. And yet somehow, Lev duck and weave past all of these ideas every time.
Not much in the bank in terms of weaponry here. EG. Hero rifle in the hands of the Jazim, but a flash and a refight once more. Core for Spike. Oh my! Just combines his might.
It's too good.
Alongside Sato.
You can't fight these guys in B main.
No, you can't. It's their domain.
And it's unfortunate for EG because they got out to such a good opener here. You would have loved to see them be able to pick up some of that momentum and snowball it forwards, and instead this is going to be Lev with the lead.
Toxin screen down.
Which is a really unusual thing to say after that you drop the anti-eco straight after the pistol.
It really is. All pro players trying to make full usage of the Bandit, I think, with the recent buffs.
Oh, the Bandit is so good. That was one of the reasons why we saw them be able to pick up these eco rounds in the first place.
Yeah.
Double flash reclear setup. Phoenix flash going out to the right-hand side. Giving you even less time to react to it.
Let's try. Let's try.
Yeah, you can start to see, I mean, EG protocol's not really in place, I think, to have players in the anti-flash, but even if they were, the Paranoia is going to be catching them.
Yeah.
So, multiple layers that Lever putting on display.
Well, here's Blows again. Same spot.
Same spot. We'll see if he can play around this one now. As looks to potentially pull back. This is forward again with that fast lane, but already reinforcements called for. They've arrived onto the scene. Potentially onto the side here. Full Heaven control. Not giving up. Prowler looking for the catch. That's a misclearance, and that's Vizazine. Right time to strike. Right where the iron is hot. Good sidestep by Kings, at least able to return with a couple of more bullets, but at a player disadvantage now. Lev in a 2v3.
Well, we've all seen this highlight. Sato with a 4K as he ran through a pit, but I don't think King and Neon are going to feel quite as confident as Sato did in his Phoenix ult.
Spike is just on the outside of the pit. Paranoia is going to be flooding forwards. Players already vacating though and on the move.
Yeah, it's a nice rewrap.
Yeah, it's planning for heaven. Smoke though is going to be obfuscating
surely
some
not.
level of this. He's tucked around the corner. He's tucked around the
surely
corner.
not.
He's tucked around the corner. King! Okay! I was worried for a second. Could you tell?
I think EG might have been as well. If he hadn't been inside the pit there, it's possible that he might have lived.
Yeah.
But definitely making EG sweat. Nevertheless, this little play over towards A ramp, it's not just Digizine tucking into a corner, it's Zerona being there to flash peek off his contact. And I think if you were going to come up with an anti against Lev on this map, the simplest one you can do is get into A with Viper Molly and Viper Orb in A Heaven so that you don't die to blows at the beginning and just play 5v5 post plants. 5v5 post plants on A, in theory you should be able to win. In reality, actually, LEV are incredible at them, but it's not a bad idea coming out from EG, from Potter.
I think this is what we were talking about earlier, just that target on the back. Once you win it, lift a trophy, you are the top dog. Everyone's got their sights on you. No one whatsoever is going to be taking a foot off the gas when they play against you.
Especially when you've played 92 games of Split.
Yeah.
With the same comp.
But for LEV, you know, talk about it, sometimes teams, as much as teams do want to stay on top, the fatigue can set in, and it's difficult to remain there.
There's a strategic adjustment in this round as well of Spike playing more on A ramp, but that's allowed EG to go up mid a little easier. And this is a weird smoke. It's like you're doing the B-pop smoke, and they're just going to try to walk through and see if they can catch a pick in heaven.
Clear a bit of space. Good punish by Digizine. Just spots it. Killer instinct on Lion King. Swiftly accosted, yeah, and he's going to be taken out, but Neon onto that push, a high ground, target prioritization, Digizine lights them all up.
That's an immaculate round by Digizine. Doesn't get better than that. Quite a difficult entry to get, actually. He was sliding into a defender's face, but snaps his crosshair up and deals with everyone else. I think he's going to get the final here, too.
Yeah, probably. Blows. Unaware of it. Hold on. Yeah, tapping away there.
That's
Vandal gets it done.
Brilliant round from Digizine.
9-6.
That's the kind of magic that EG need to be able to power them through some stickier situations. And you know what? A great call as well. They'd already conditioned LEV to think like they were just going A-pop, 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 and that pulls Spike off mid, allows them an easier route through mid. Really good game plan, really good calling, really good execution from the players so far. I think EG can be happy about being 4-3 up.
Definitely so. It's working out, man. I mean, this is a much improved EG than what we're used to. Forces the timeout from Leviatán, because EG clearly coming in with some pretty good ideas, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to be creative in terms of the compositions that you run. I think this is something that people sometimes get twisted. You don't need to have an elaborate, crazy anti-strat comp in order to outplay your opponent. But the more that you're aware of their tendencies, the more you can come up with ideas. Because you don't need to prep for every eventuality. You know what they're going to do. Potter here, just making some small adjustments in the timeout that Onur has called. But EG mixing together the A-site pops with more of the mid-defaulting is going to cause a lot of problems for Spike in particular. Because Spike is the guy that has to go and help blows if required.
Trying to stay active across the map here. LEV have got a lot of ults to use on the other side of the attack timeout.
Yeah, that's the silver lining for that. And you might want, as Leviatán, to take control away from EG, the tempo, take the fights into EG, so that when they are running these slower rounds, you can more accurately tell where they're headed.
Let's see, LEV. Onus on them really to see if they can make a play for it. Neon, it's a fake TP into the corner, but just baits back up to Nubox to take a listen into LEV as well, as we see what they potentially cooked up for this one.
Vengo aquí. Pasé backside, entrou.
Cuidado meio. Aceleraram, voltaram. Pode ter pegado até mim meio. Sim, pode jogar do lado também.
Correu full da B. Tô ficando trefando aqui ainda.
Tô mirando CT na só, guys. Cuidado do
Tem
céu.
muita ulti,
Cuidado do céu, Sato. Cuidado do céu.
Tá, tô olhando no céu aqui.
Tô veitando.
Tem mais um.
Dois.
Mas meio sai daqui.
Mid.
Não sei smocar meio, Bruno? Calma, não consigo ainda. Vocês querem tentar isso aí ou não? Tô de strafe aqui.
Tá, eu tô meadaço. Quer trocar de arma, viado?
Vai, joga guivando isso aí, eu tô de foto agora.
Tá, olha isso então.
B.
Homem B, não tem muito da Viper.
É, o céu A Viper. Tu faz corda aqui.
Toma HS, a Viper. Tenta vir no lugar, tenta vir comigo.
Bring them down.
Vai premiado.
Tá passando base, CT.
Passou base?
Pra ver?
Deu pra ver, King, deu pra ver.
Céu.
Tô strafando meio, guys, agora.
Tá céu, ele não pode vir em base agora, King.
Pode corda o Spike. Não, pode. Pode.
Pode
estar 70, né, Léo?
Não pode, meio meu. CT não pode, ele tá céu A.
Olha a corda, Spike. Isso, assim tá bom, guys.
Ele tá miado.
Bangou a corda. Comeu corda.
Eu vou ficar, eu vou combinar.
Remaining.
Vamos acertar uma de vida.
Morri.
Boa, caralho! Bora, caralho! Bora, porra!
Bora, caralho.
Well, it's a sliver of life that King survives on, but the team gets it done at the end. And They were losing track of where the EG players were. You could see and hear and tell, really, the chaos, the communication, just trying to clear up the picture of where they could be.
Yeah, and that's because I think Superman has a good idea of if you create pressure over towards B, there are going to be gaps that open towards A and mid. And so he exploited that, but it was too little too late. I think a lot of credit should be given to the way that Neon plays over towards B. It's so easy as an Omen to get punished in that spot, but he lives with 59 HP, and it's critical for the rest of their round. EG are going to go back to that B main fake pressure. DeJazine will find no angles here looking into a pit with his AWP. And the AWP, I'm not sure about this one from DeJazine, because it's been the faster plays and the ability to get into A quickly that have caused the problems. He's always got the ult in the back pocket, so it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, but maybe they're hoping to find an A ramp pick. It looked like he wanted to walk up mid with that, though.
Yeah, potential punish on where they know where the player positions are if they can hear a jump spot, but I think it's all silent up onto ramp from Spike. He's aiming for it, though. That is good work. Indeed. Bit of spam as well. Blows will reveal his position and his hand. Prowler down. Out towards it, but they're happy to slow it down once more. They've about a minute on the mark. There's in no real rush. Superman moving forwards up through mid while the rest of this pressure is made. It's just Pancakes being able to find that kill onto Sado. Meanwhile, the kill was claimed into mid. Yeah,
that was King finding Superman, and they know that EG only have one lurker, so now King, he doesn't care about mid anymore.
No, you see the running back now utilized, but that's going to be a seize to lock you in place. Blows, he's under tremendous amount of pressure, needs a bit of a bailout, but King just immediately going to be taken out already. Target prioritization is elite from Blows. Tucked tight into the corner, the damage done, and there's that slam dunk finish from Neon. Unreal work.
Lev adjusting the way that they play their defense, not playing the A retake, getting Blows into that tucked slant corner. And you are so right with that. The target prioritization is world-class, unbelievable there. Taking out the player that had the rifle, even though they weren't looking in that direction. Then he kills the player that grabs the rifle out there, who isn't flashed. Then he takes down the flashed player. Yeah. It's outrageously good.
Phenomenal. Genuinely phenomenal. Doesn't get sidetracked, doesn't get distracted.
No, that's amazing stuff from Blows, really is. It's so easy in a spot like that to either spray too much because you're under pressure, to lose your cool to any degree. EG are going to take an attack time out of their own here. Potter got a chance to talk to the squad only a couple rounds ago. But now as Lev take the lead again, EG needed an adjustment. I don't think the attack op was the play, even though it did actually manage to generate them a pick. I think the faster plays into A and then disguising that a little bit so that you like pump fake A a couple of times to get Superman into lurk positions is going to be the way that EG come out with more wins in this half.
Yeah. Definitely an agreement. I think that's what worked for EG so far.
But the problem is, Bren, the money is just ruined now for EG. That was the round that they had to get something done. Think about it. They lost the operator, which they had a massive purchase into, and they also lost DeJazine's ult, which would have been huge for them in an eco round like this. They're now just working with scraps and a hero rifle for DeJazine. But he's been the guy.
Definitely has for them.
Oh, look at Spike's position.
See how this one gets taken. Through ramp once more.
It's cool to see Lev get tested. I don't think you see people push them to the degree where Spike has to mix up his defensive positioning as much as this.
It's going to happen more and more, though, as well. I mean, these stage 2 matches, group stage for Lev, I mean, not the highest stakes in the world in terms of the skin in the game that they have, but for EG, it's everything. Opportunity to potentially take a very major scalp.
And create confidence for yourself that you're going to be able to do a similar thing when you get towards play-ins, playoffs later. EG pumped a little bit of pressure over towards A, drew Spike out of his position though, and now they're coming back.
Didn't hold on to the ramp pressure though. That's
the classic.
Yep. Oh. Straight over towards it, and he's preempting where all these players might lie. Prowler will chase him down, but luckily supportive there. Spike, a little bit of a misstep in terms of that stun. Pancakes. It's W King. He wasn't even facing it, still got the kill, but it is cleaned up nevertheless. So, goodbye for EG, went the expected way.
Dude, Blows is just so good. He's such a good player. His awareness of how the map feels and when the timings are going to happen. Look at this. He's just spamming. as EG gets set up, he reads the feel of the game. How does this Viper Wall feel? Does it feel like the timing could be real? Does it feel like I need to create some pressure behind this? And he's just right so often. Guns back online for EG. Heavy group up towards B with their one lurker.
Big emphasis being placed as well. Neon crediting him in terms of anchoring. When to peel back, when to play it forwards. Lev.
They know that Superman's been on an aggressive lurk timing. Almost caught him there.
Very aggressive. Now we're going to see that knife fall. It's going to be scattering onto the one side of things. You know, just sidestepping for now. And there's no hard commitment from EG. They've thrown a lot of util in the process, but now a second wave of things. They're going to be flying forwards to the fast lane. Getting a lot of ground towards the back of the site. Lev happy to concede this one because they got ult to their own. That Nightfall now scatters forwards once more, removes a lot of the Qs, and even the plan being denied. It's a Molly that claims a kill of Bao. Pancakes towards the back is no more. Lit up, obliterated. It's Spike being at tip of the spear. 7-4 now, and at this point, definitely significant chances in this half for EG that they could have potentially taken a lead. It's all Lev now, though.
It really is. It's so fun to see EG running Lev's own B main default against them, with the blaze wall, with the smoke, with the pressure, and to see how Lev counter their own ideas, which is, all right, we'll give you that little piece of the site, but then we're going to flood defend in before you even get the plant down. It feels like a retake, but it's truly a pre-take. It's before EG get into any good positions. Awesome to see. Here's that similar looking B default, but this time without the blaze wall from the Phoenix. Zerona's going towards mid instead. That won't allow EG to put as much pressure on B. Look at how Neon gets in front of the attacker's smoke.
Lev just taking these timings as well as a refight in through mid. They make a lot of noise. It's util in the process.
It's very, very tough to beat a team with their own ideas.
Lev going for round 2. Going for a reclear off of just timings. Go for it once more, but nobody's home, just Zerona. Tucked to the corner, he's going to have a run it back to high pressure up towards heaven. He's going to send this one flying forwards up through mid. Spotted out though, Sato. He's got a molly at the feet, he's going to be able to force the issue. Meanwhile, the backside players, Neon, not even feeling the heat, not even feeling the pressure, but plays off of all of it perfectly. A smoke layer down on top of it. It's Bao. Difficult decision to make, couldn't even pick up the upgrade, but he does at least have the spike. TP over towards A.
This will be a pit up.
Yeah, pass back over to Superman.
They can absolutely win this, but the oh no, they got a Phantom out the back of this as well.
Wow, they're still working on the Guardian with shots like that though. Maybe, there's a world. Pit's gonna spill out now. Blight on top of the A site. No excuse being made, but Bao was just left wandering out into the open. Left guessing here, Superman. Potential, he's thinking about it. Not taking the timing, but he's just played and found his mark. First, highlights. It's not quick enough on top of it. Sato.
How has Sato been able to overcome Superman inside of his own pit? And they are desperate to get the attention, desperate to put EG on tilt here. An A4 half that EG had so many chances in. Honestly, played fairly impressively, but Sato dominates this round. Takes out Zerona in the midst of his ult, then throws down the molly, gets the punish, and gets the kill through the pit. This team's too stacked.
They really are. Could do no wrong is what it feels like, even with EG bringing absolutely everything at them. But the map, not finished, not done by any stretch of the imagination. Don't go anywhere.
Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. It all started when I got to the FIFA World Cup. And wow, thousands of Verizon customers.
Oh, you got the free Verizon tickets too?
No, I'm with amazing seats.
I'm sorry. Okay.
And even pitch-side access.
Are you? David Beckham, a Verizon customer.
This used to be for players. Now it's for Verizon customers. No one gets you closer. Only on Verizon.
From winning Masters London to finding success back in your first week in VCTA, do you find it a little bit harder to kind of pinpoint areas to focus or improve upon when you're kind of riding on so much success?
No, I think that we are like the same team. that the period before Master, you know, we only focus on the next opponent. Right now, our focus is EVE Geniuses. We know that every match is hard, you know. VALORANT is a game of momentum, so we are only focusing on the next game. Hopefully, we're gonna qualify to champions, and we're gonna try to win again. But we are not focusing like too much in the future.
Yeah, well, I love seeing the progression. It's been great so far. Thank you so much.
Let's get to it then. 8-4 is the half. Currently scoreline here for Leviatán. Honestly, a decent try by EG in many moments. I think they've come into this map, you can tell, well-versed, prepared to try and take down the Masters winners.
It's just so tough. Even if your preparation is good, even if you have opportunities, capitalizing on them and being able to generate that momentum against LEV is really difficult. It's not enough to have a good idea. They're going to test every aspect of your game.
LEV, a 4-1 setup. Different sides of the map, though, from what we're used to with their attack side defaults. They've got 4 players over towards A, walking behind the wall, looking for signs of life, looking to see where EG may lie.
It's already going to feel weird for EG because they haven't met that normal B main pressure.
No.
Full contact A
into the A side
is a crazy adjustment. What a pistol.
Hell of a read.
That's astonishing.
Hell of a read. All that space given up. They have full residency. Squatters' rights at this point.
They're full walking screens with both duelists before the plant is even down.
Yeah, I mean, you hear that plant go down, you're wondering what the hell is happening here.
How is EG going to possibly read that both duelists are already screens here?
Already ingrained towards the back. Gonna have to be cleared out here. And LEV, they didn't have to spend really an ounce of util to do it.
They're worried.
In the back pocket, though, does that stun immediately off the first signs of contact. Flash! Oh! It's disgusting. Results in 2 kills. Sato going to be peeling a little bit further back now, trying to rejoin the rest of the pack onto the side. The damage has been done. Pure reactions now. Gun in hand, just trying to hold it with the pixel angles of Horn as well, revealing, but time is being bled firmly off the clock. A bit of running and gunning here with the pistols, but it matters not. Blows to contain it all.
What a map he's having. Blows is looking immaculate. The Haunt was also amazing. And King was there on the reflank. He just sat in market for the majority of the round in Ramen. And then he was coming back through ropes as an insurance policy if it was ever required. Which it wasn't. Blows had it locked down.
For the record, it was not required.
What a pistol, though. What a sick way of knowing your opponents expect something and subverting that.
And that's that trophy lifting difference, to be honest. Getting one step ahead of what your opponents are thinking.
And now we're going to see LEV with more of what you're expecting from them, that B main default. This is the kind of thing that EG will have been prepped for. Look at it.
They are. Look at them. They've got a paranoia held. Util does need to be broken, though, and that does pull Bao off the line, but he's going to be back there with the paranoia once more. Orb absorbed. Flash thrown out just to scare them.
Yeah, the wall there as well, hoping that it would defuse the trap. They know that EG are going to be ready for that. And they're trying to pull out as much util, spring the trap as early as possible.
Yeah, attempting it.
But actually, Bao holding on to it with quite a lot of patience there. And maybe here, King getting the wrong read, thinking that they would have scattered.
It's a 4-player stack. EG have got players in the right position if LEV do choose to go, but EG are not shying away from this. They are throwing util out pound for pound, but they're not going to have too much more in the back pocket. Not with the eco situation that they're sitting at. Still with that paranoia.
It's all on that paranoia.
It really is.
All on this.
Has to come to fruition. 35 seconds left. Time.
Go, go, go.
Barely any to work with here. LEV comes down to, and they just brute force their way through and past this one because already the gamble and the trap might be working out. That's a Haunted Oak. Big reveal in through the back and no amount of dodgy movement. TGZ just can't really avoid most of this one here. This is dissecting of the site by LEV. Trying to pick it apart here. Zerona does the best that you possibly can do in a spot like that. 14 seconds remaining in through spawn. Pancakes
10 seconds left.
trying to play that hurt, and they're even in maxing when the seconds are in the red.
Yeah, that's the quality. I mean, they know.
That's just unbelievable.
They know exactly where Pancakes is. And they've got that presence of mind and that calmness about them to be able to maximize. The bandwidth of the team mentally is so wide.
Nothing missing at all here. Sato
He didn't even need the plan.
He didn't. He got a kill in the end, wouldn't he? 10-4.
Another
Ult online for the bonus.
Another example, Brent, of EG having a nice idea. They knew what was coming at them. They've got a setup, but not breaking the haunt. And actually, having the haunt back on an earlier cooldown did make a big difference. They threw the haunt earlier on.
Yeah.
It got broken by Bao, and then this time Bao wanted to commit to the paranoia, and they weren't ready to break it.
That buff. Bringing Initiators back in line.
Yeah, it's funny. There's just a couple of rounds here and there where you really see the impact of that change.
There's one of them. All right, well, bonus idea to be cooked up here by LEV. They've got plenty at their disposal. Look at that util. I mean, you're lobbing absolutely everything at them at this point. The running back now going to be used to see if he can lay claim. Up towards heaven. Flash forwards. A sidestep, though. Pocket of playing past the walls. Zerona, he was anti. Does he even with that kill claim on the spike and a bit of spam? Yeah, can follow the Prowler perfectly at that. Straight to the body of Neon. Flash forwards, though. Zerona, left guessing. Onto the rope, Superman. Where'd you get that one from? Asuna? Funny all sorts of play now. Spraying away with a rifle, and that is beautiful work. EG, keep it contained.
Yeah, great play there. Stylish stuff as well. Small smile on the face, even though they're 5 rounds down. EG can be happy about that. They're expected to win a round like that, but it's always difficult holding off LEV on A. Good work from Dejazine as well, tucked into a spot that we saw Spike play. And Zerona fends off the Phoenix ultimate through a round.
Let's go,
everybody
boys.
important, everybody required for that from EG. Back to the B main. Ideas for LEV, and this time only Bao looking to take contact.
There.
Bao was instrumental in their opening win against Envy. He had so many good rounds.
He's going to be tested here, though. 5 kills to his name. Love to be the difference maker in a round like this. Pressure. It's there just from the hail of bullets that are going to be raining down, but the goal was never really to sight. LEV just wanted to buy a bit of space to get these orbs online.
Zerona got pulled over and threw down the molly, so they did draw a little bit coming out there, but Bao's still with that opportunity to jiggle peek and throw a paranoia.
Yeah.
LEV threaten like they could be going for a B repop or a mid walk on these kind of timings. And it's hard to tell which they're going to go for.
Gotta go.
Keep you guessing. There's a smoke that's propped up alongside that horn. There's going to be a flash through. Forward is the fight to be taken, but it is disjointed by EG. You can tell what the idea was, but the players were not on the same page, and it's LEV that are just able to absorb most of that aggression. Like a sponge in the mid.
Yeah, funnily enough, LEV didn't actually have many players anti-flash there, which is their normal setup. Quite a few people did get caught by Zerona's flashes, but I agree with you. It felt like EG were in 2 minds about that. They didn't want to fully commit to it. And now they're just gambling that it's an A finish.
Yeah.
Which seems less likely to me, given the positioning of Neon.
Scoping this one out. They only have 20 seconds left. There were players on to B. They'd be in potential for some trouble here. LEV, though, lucky that nobody's home. Especially with the time getting this low.
Where are you?
At this point, probably going to be a save for EG. Not that you have really the luxury of rounds. I mean, it's going to be up to 11 for LEV if they do concede it, but they are miles away, so I think the decision's been made for them.
These kinds of rounds are always a bit strange to me, because EG have essentially made the gamble at 40 seconds left that it either comes A or they save. And what that means is you're never putting any pressure on LEV's economy at all. You're never allowing yourself to, you know, as EG, you win another couple of rounds, suddenly they're on an eco. It makes a comeback more possible if you're willing to fight through that. And EG need the rounds on the board anyway, so it's not like their economy can even get into a bad spot, because otherwise LEV would already have won the map. But all right, they give him somewhat of a freebie here. I think this is the first round where EG will be a bit disappointed at how they executed it. That might sound a bit generous to them when they're down by 6, but I actually think EG's general ideas and how they've been playing has not been bad. It's just that LEV have been better. This one was more of a fumble.
See it there, it's just a little bit out of sync with one another.
Yeah. I think Zerona doesn't want to do a second flash because it would blind Superman, and they don't have enough bodies behind it.
Yeah.
You can see the idea, but the execution really fails them there.
That's to be expected, I think, for EG. That's why we were talking about it being one hell of an upset, really, if they were able to at least get anything going for them. This is a squad that, you know, they've had a recent injection of new blood into the squad. I think that's been quite nice, quite good, clearly coming up with the results, but there's a difference between Envy and Leviatán.
Is there really?
There is.
Yeah,
I hate to tell you. Yeah, there is.
I think you might be onto something with that one.
That's why they pay me the big bucks.
Take a look at this. This is the longest win streak that we've had in Americas. G2 currently hold the lead, the record. They are not currently on that win streak, but that is their record that they've set in the past. Leviatán are on a 6-match win streak, looking to make it 7 here today. And I don't see any reason why they couldn't surpass G2's record. No. I think it's very likely that LEV look like a strong team heading into Champs as well. Unless that map pool issue rears its head. And that's why map 2 here of Sunset is so interesting.
Because we already saw questions raised in terms of how LEV were looking on that map. I would pin that mainly down to I think that Furia had pretty phenomenal prep work on the map. Good ideas.
Basics deadlock was so good.
Yeah, well, here we are getting into the action once more. We'll see this one. There's a lot of util being held out up towards that B main control that LEV have now. Gearing up, squaring it up now, but that's a Blaze Wall and a player forwards alongside the Prowler. They've already inserted Spike, and now the ult orb picked up. They've got the prize they claim for, looking to take it one step further forwards. There's the Haunt, divides up the side here. EG, it's all on their shoulders. Zerona out towards it, up towards Heaven. Just gets the one before the trade is in tap, but how's it run it back? He's going to be straight back into the action. Molly sidestep, but a plant down now for LEV.
The Jazine's not in a position to flood. We saw LEV in a similar situation, and they were fast on it. They let the aggression lead them. Instead, EG have allowed Leviatán to get into a post plant.
Knife fought. It's going to be sound cues cut away from them. Gives them the indicators. Just got one player in through CT. Flash held for a rainy day, and it happens to be now. It's pouring potentially. EG forwards, but then they had a count for that. It's Neon. High ground finally dealt with. Superman, he's gliding to the side and eventually finds it, but brings it to that 1v1. Just spotting out towards the barrel, but that movement is so clean. King it's an exit around the corner, but it's not planning for him. He has to step up to it and still ends up winning it 12-5.
How's he got away with that one? It's not planted for him. It's tucked around the corner, but just because he tries to create the diffuse pressure, unfortunately their Superman takes a huge amount of vulnerable. I think that makes all the difference. I would have liked to see him tuck a little bit more here instead of going for the swing while he's vulnerable. I think he makes it a bit too easy for King in that spot. LEV now with 7 opportunities to close out their map pick. Their best map.
Yep. And if it ain't broke, listen, don't fix it. Same B main defaults. Being pressured hard enough. I mean, Orb conceded to them every single time. So it's a runner back earned up once more for Sato. King looking to just contain space over towards this extremity.
They're fighting into it.
Refight, yeah. EG trying to at least take it to him, but the IGL one step ahead.
EG know exactly where he's going to be positioned. Have a game plan to punish him, and he says, no. I'm good, actually. Nice. I love the way, so they expect him to be on the left angle, he tucks on the right.
Another refight to be taken across the board, but it is desperation.
He's been blinded up.
It's EG grasping at straws.
Toxins going up.
Even when you know exactly what LEV are going to be doing on this map, they throw in enough twists and turns and test your execution just enough that they still come out with dominant map wins like this.
Yeah, well, Superman's going to be chasing Ghost at this point, to be honest. Bauer's going to be under all this pressure. He's going to do it all from this spot. But that movement, the stun, clean as anything. And clinical stuff in the end. A bit of spam will solve the deal. And that is a map wrapped up nice and pretty. 13-5 Leviatán. About as clean as you can really make it. Considering the early start as well, we were definitely ready to sing the praise of EG. But LEV here to play, really. Well, time's ticking down here as we get into sunset. Time is of the essence as well for EG to see if they can put a bit of a statement here onto sunset against the Masters winners. Spike, high-low setup as well. Players right behind him, holding, hoping that somebody will walk straight into their line of sight. So Cam is going to be dispensed with. And now smoke as well to cut up the mid angle. No one is going to be playing off the back of this one, though. It's LEV holding tight for now. They've set up little traps all over the place here. Another high-low out towards this tiles area. This is going to be potentially catching Superman. Cleans anything. Hold on, Sato.
I don't think Sato was looking at his screen.
Basically just a 1v1, wasn't it?
All good, though.
And another 1v1, talking about it. It's just all taken across the map. It's Bauer trying to capitalize off of some of this noise being made. And Zerona, time to lurk forward. Spike, though, not done yet. Not finished at all. Pancakes eventually there with a returner to kill. But it is just lurks on lurks at this point. And Play disadvantage, suddenly evened out. It's a 2v2. Damage done, straight through the walls. It's EG. They're finding their moments and finding it well.
It's that lurk pressure, the way that they play off each other. It's going to be absolutely key with this comp.
I said that Sunset was going to be that point of contention here for Leviatán. King tagged up. Bao's going to be holding it just in through mid. Slightest of angles here. Doesn't overexpose himself, but he does miss the chance to potentially deal some damage. King now going to be speeding up. Running forward, he's got the smoke out into his hands, and that's layered down perfectly onto the spike. Pancakes has that recon, so fight taken is a good timing for it, but King committing to the reload now, dipping and weaving in and out through the smoke, trying to ISO these fights, ISO them well, still damage done, but now to defuse. That time pressure plays perfectly into the hands of Pancakes. Secure up that pistol round win.
EG have done really well there to be able to turn that round back in their favor. And a really great spot that they found themselves in at the end. That 2v1 was incredibly difficult for King. And that's despite the fact that they were digging themselves out of losing players early. But it's because they don't play the round as simply. They don't just push A on the exec, look to play a post plant. They cut a lot of noise, threaten a lot of lurks. That's what this comp is going to be good for.
Sticking with a pretty similar game plan here. This is all-in aggression, and the util not accounted for. That's a Hornets letting up multiple EG players. They are no more.
It's brutal that EG have lost a couple players there. Handed over a Bulldog. At least they were able to recover the Guardian. Lev basically just ran him down with the stun, with the paranoia.
Didn't lose a single player.
Yeah. Quite a bit of health been dropped on Spike and King, but you'll take that.
Serona looking to see if he can crack open a door. Keep them guessing. The whole time he's exposed up towards that mid-angle, but not punished.
Look at the confidence they have in Neon to just hold the whole of A against that Viper wall.
Yeah. Rendezvous tucked towards the back of A, and you can see EG got to resort to these contact plays. It's risky business, really.
It's going to be a B retake by the look of things. King's not going to want to take a fight with 35 HP. And the flank is going to meet this trip. So Bao will have a great idea that there's at least a few people, at least one.
Yeah, it's going to be broken. They still don't make a lot of noise off the back of it, though.
They're looking to flip the site, even though they planted B main.
It's not planning for them, is it?
Uh-oh.
Great point to make him with shots like this. I mean, Neon not missing a beat. Hot hand continues. It's 2 in the blink of an eye. And Serona, as we mentioned from prior, it's not planning for him. That dismal, dismal stuff for EG.
Yeah, that's a disaster. That is an absolute disaster. You can't be losing 2 players whilst dropping 0 after just getting run at in B main. And even in a 3v5, their decision to plan for B main but then not go back and fight the flank, to in fact move away from it and flip, I think is just the wrong call. The flash, the haunt, I mean...
And the haunt's getting so much work done.
It's really quite nice. Is that? It is quite nice. And those shots are deadly as well.
It's the quality difference you get with a team like Leviatán. Especially with players like Neon. He's just been unbelievable.
Well, this time Neon has a little bit of help. Blows is setting him up, making him feel a bit more confident to get on a deeper angle over towards Elbow. Still not trying to get him on the deepest possible line. Skirmish happening towards top mid here as EG look to try to navigate a pick with this hero rifle in Jazine's hands.
Trying to work their way up through mid. Spike, second guessing where the geometry of the map is. Bumbling into walls in the process, but he's still alive for now. LEV just looking to put a stop for them being able to get through this mid avenue. Door's going to be cracked open now. It does apply.
Look at this lurk timing. Look at this lurk timing.
It's straight through, isn't it? And they are all eyes set towards it, but he just can't quite claim that one. Still Superman instantly there to return. Gets that kill. Mopped up. Potential weapons hand over, but King now going to be feeling it potentially. No speed up called for. EG is still just walking steadily into the side. They might be paying as a result of it. Still a 3v3. Jazine steps past. Snaps straight to the dome.
I think LEV have gotten away with it there, just based on EG not having the greatest weaponry. But there was a massive gap towards top mid. I think especially when you're thinking about how these compositions are going to work, I've said it before, I'll say it again. EG are going to be inserting players, going to be trying to lurk players through. And Bao just wandered into to Boba there and was right behind him.
One enemy remaining.
Those are gaps that LEV cannot afford to have around the map. This time the trip is there from Neon.
Shock dart sailing overhead. Well, that's going to be landing over towards mid.
No, that's one to break a completely different trademark.
Yeah. EG preempting that there could be a bit of a refight play. LEV doing this pretty consistently, but they mix it up. It's not always that predictable.
First round, actually, that Neon's got on an aggressive line here over towards A. Normally he's been playing a bit more passive, but
ahead of the Viper wall.
Also, Zerona's never really been trying to lurk up A. The lurks have come through mid.
Trying to put a punish now onto that drone play. Spike nice to skip past all of that util, but round two, Sato going for a Digizine. Slaps him down to earth, humbles them a little bit in the process. Still King. It's lovely kills as well, flooding all the way through. Immediate trades off the back of it.
Slight mechanical whiff there from Spike. Left his team in a 2v4. It's going to be hard for Blows and Neon to dig themselves out. And now it's all down to that A main defender in a 1v4. This round has not worked out for LEV. EG super prepared. Good positioning as well. Always having in a player in that spot where they're going to be able to swing out and punish if that B main refight happened.
Too slow. 1v4, now 1v3.
Now they have flipped again to where it's not planted for them, but at least they have a player market now.
But it is Neon.
No, even Neon can't do this.
And he seems to agree. So
it's good to have confidence, but it's also good to know your limits a little bit. It's a spot where getting exits is actually really good, though. But he's not going to play for that either.
Yeah, not going for it. Giving it up. So we'll be 2-2. EG still in this one.
I think you've got to give credit to EG that they are very aware of the style of LEV, if not the details, because, again, you've only seen LEV play once on Sunset.
Yeah.
You're not going to be hard anteing them, but you know that they're the kind of team that likes to do this type of stuff. And so Digizine's positioning here to avoid the stun, to avoid the flash. Look at how he plays anti-flash there.
Very aware.
It's a small mechanical whiff from Spike, but even if Spike had hit the shot, he still goes 1 for 1.
Yeah.
And Digizine cleans it up.
We are tech timeout here for LEV. We'll see what they can do. Like you said, I mean, it's EG preempting, I think, the refights. You could see it at the beginning of a tap in the orb. Digizine's position, trying to play the anti-flash too.
One of the strategic things that I haven't talked about too much, but I think is really important, and the coaches will be discussing here, is that the Viper wall and orb are over towards A, which creates lurk pressure on A, but actually EG have never scaled behind it. So they've never tried to push Zerona or Bao or Superman, whatever, behind that Viper orb and wall. And in theory, they're hoping that it still keeps a couple players from LEV in those positions, giving it a lot of respect. And so Neon has been there just kind of watching the Viper wall for a long time and not been able to do anything about it. He's not been able to have impact in the round, Neon particularly, because he's just staring at the lurk setup. So I think LEV could make an adjustment to put Neon in another spot. Maybe he's the one that fights over B main, for example, and instead you throw one way and have King hold the A line more aggressively. The point generally being that I think LEV can disrespect A a little bit. And EG, perhaps one step ahead of that, want to genuinely create some pressure this time over on the east side of the map.
Well, let's go and change up in terms of positioning, but Blow is going to be side by side with Neon. Early as a snake bite. EG, no intention to rush into things. The Spike is very much in a safe spot. Hell of a lot of damage. 140 with a dink. Superman, barely alive, is going to be limping into the next engagement.
First time that EG have walked up behind this setup.
Trademark at least broken. Walking up behind it. Blows is ready. And Sanku's heard. Neon knows. At least Digizine present.
It's funny because we know they have a shock dart lined up for that, but they didn't use it.
Didn't utilize it that round, did they? Drone to try and pave the way forwards in through market and beyond, but really lurks occurring on every side of the map. It was just an insert now that Bao's going to be placed in. Another one of those classic refights, but Neon's just catching all of it here. Bao, he's finding the one, but that's okay. Spike, all right, getting that done apparently. Digizine, stun, sidestep it looks like. And as that wall fades away, so does Digizine's life.
Neon is too good in those positions. They jump cleared him. First player jumps, second player swings in. He kills the jumper player and TPs before they can trade it. He's so fast.
30 seconds left.
Pancake's left with it all to do. I didn't catch where the first shock actually went from Pancakes at the start of the round. King looking to clean him up here, potentially. Paranoia's going to catch at least.
15 seconds remaining. Pancake's looking like he wants to make a good go, but then second guessing. Right into the trap laid out here. Lev, 1 round lead for now.
Neon was just able to hold all of that genuine aggression behind the Viper wall. His trip collecting the timing on it.
Blows ready to play off the back of it too.
Yeah, Blows just gets perfect information there. And if EG start to get the read that that is where the trip is positioned, then maybe they can play around it. For now, though, Neon swapping it up.
Yeah,
he holds the left side, trip on the right.
And this time it looks like there is a shock tower for that angle, but the cam's going to be getting the tag nice and early. Neon spotted out. Gliding forwards now. So trade might finally dealt with, but this is elbow control now, taken up Residency. Sidestep at a C is going to be avoided. Now we're going to see it. Hunter's Fury off the back of that one. It's the Omen ult to see if he can pinpoint the accuracy. Blows is no more. Obliterated. Very cheeky idea.
Joke's over. You're dead.
The Dazine swinging wide. Beautiful little transfer. That's a runner back going to be cancelled out. Gliding though, it's Spike immediately reciprocating. And now see Sato considering the Utah, but now pulling out the weaponry. Pancake's waiting in the wings for the right time to activate off the back of that pressure. Swinging from the side. This is EG. Statement piece of a round.
Much faster, much more aggression. Lovely ult combo. I am such a fan of that ult combo. The Omen ult with the Sova ult.
Yeah.
They synergize perfectly together.
I could have been mistaken, but I think that was King's ult.
Oh, it was King's ultimate. Oh, it was.
I was mistaken. It just looked like King was, I don't know, playing for the enemy team.
It is a great combo, though. I mean, if you do get that kind of combo going, you're right that it does give you the information. But yeah, you've...
Let's go, boys. Beautiful. Beautiful. I think if you
want to play,
you've sold me a ruse.
Yeah, I love spreading misinformation on the internet. What can you do?
Oh, complete swap up of Lev's defensive setup here, though. Neon does go over to B now.
Yeah, big switch up here. Pull back with that total force now. We're going to see it. Okay, EG's ult. Superman online, but cancelled out. But again, same idea. This time we're getting it right on the round. So, total force in the hands of Neon. You have to be an absolute nutcase to try to hit that one, but the overdrive runs out. Spike is jumping on the chance. Jumping at the bit to get involved. Announcing themselves to the conversation, shouting from the bloody rooftops at this point.
It all looked so good for EG. It looked like they got themselves in such a nice position, the increase in pace. And Lev slammed the door in their face.
They're dead. Toxin screen down.
It's Rona. Trying to find ins into this round, but the Spike is way out of grips.
He's got time to play with. He can threaten the pressure through stairs.
He's waiting for the fuel to come back. But a moment to reposition. The flash is going to be narrowly avoided.
Oh, he's found a timing.
Lev are left guessing, but surely, yeah, there it is. Watchful eye, that is Neon. Posted up on the right time here.
What a fight between Spike Scene and Dishzine there.
Oh, it was all over the place.
I mean, incredible scenes from both of them. Take a look at it on the
Sliding
replay.
in each other's faces, yeah.
The entry is so nice as well. Oh, hard to control your aim for both players in that position.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
I think EG are definitely testing them. It feels like the beginning of Split again to some degree, where EG have got good ideas, sometimes just getting outskilled, and then, all right, what are you going to do about spots like that?
Yeah.
But they are certainly putting pressure on, and we're seeing some of the good stuff that Lev have got and some of the slightly wonkier stuff. Of course, on Split, Lev then just ran away with the game in the second half, and honestly towards the end of the first half too.
Yeah, it wasn't close really from that point on, was it? But just 5 rounds is all EG managed to get.
I think this map has the potential to be back and forth for a lot longer than Split was.
That's what we've been selling. Yeah.
We don't know though, to be honest, do we? Because again, I like this. This is a phrase that I've heard Zix use before. You only see 10% of the matches that these teams play. Yeah. Because 90% of it is scrims behind the scenes that they play against each other. So, you know, the official matches are just a sliver, the tip of the iceberg. And we've only seen LEV play this map once. This is the second time of witnessing them on Sunset and seeing what their theory looks like. We don't know how deep it goes, how good they are looking against squads that come out with this slightly slower, lurkier playstyle from EG.
That's going to be the weaker buy for them. EG. Not too much to really work with. A Guardian in the hands of the Jazeen, you always want to be teeing them up, setting them up for success.
Slowing down the pace on this eco round as well. They've run 2 fast rounds in a row. Up through A elbow, then next round through market. Now they're just seeing if they can work a pick with Jazeen's hero Guardian.
Spike. It's an off angle for him. It's not the one catching contact, just looking to contain up towards mid. Sandow's way out in the open there, but okay, Spike controls the aim towards the bitter end. Wrangles the rifle in his palms. Blows. Plenty of jars this, but keeping it controlled again. Calm is the aim. Could have been a misstep.
Certainly could have. Some dangerous moments, but when you've got players that are calm under pressure like that, even after taking an aim punch from Superman's Classic, still just rock solid with the spray transfer. The Jazeen's the danger player there, and Spike helps him hit the dirt quickly. I'm interested in the next one, though. If EG get weapons back, are they going back for the faster tempo?
They're spread out. Spike is in the middle of nowhere, so that would indicate no.
This is going to be another one of those slower rounds where the new IGL has opportunities to make plays happen.
Yeah, EG have so much to consider. Every twist and turn is a slower combo, as we've been saying. Fight for the Cypher. Going to set up these ingrained positions. We'll see what EG can do with it.
Walk left with me, come. Okay.
See, I'm walking towards A as well. Yeah.
Pana's in the job, okay? We gotta go wide here, ready? Yeah, 1, 2.
Jake, you need to try to grab off.
Yeah, one elbow. Elbow one.
Nice.
Stop it. I'm blind. Two, link. I have him.
Wait, Jay, we can come double with you.
They're fighting.
Two there.
130, 135 neon. 135 neon. Two link. Neon and
on the right.
Nice. One HP, nice. Let's go, 4v2 boys, we have advantage.
Come in lane.
Yep.
I have dart too.
Okay. 4v2 boys.
I will pick the flank. Planning in the open.
Okay. I think don't need Cypher here.
Heard.
One enemy
Starting spawn.
Gun here.
Could be hiding behind the box.
You have full flank fight?
Yeah, full flank.
Coming or lane?
I have full city.
Don't see him.
Nice, Douglas! Come on, man! I told you. Let's go, baby!
Let's go, Doug!
Let's go, step right.
Zorona just keeping the morale up, to be honest. The comms were looking clean from EG.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah.
Good communication structure. I like the way that they're comboing the swings together, recognizing that Omen one-way was going to come through, and they're saying they have to go wide. Calling timings to each other.
Yeah.
Underrated as well, but the herd comm is actually really important to make sure that you're actively acknowledging what your teammates are telling you sometimes. Big round.
EG just trailing by 1. It was a big round for them. Not the same flavor. It was slow to begin, but then speeding up at the right moment.
That was a round as well where Neon tried to get on the B line. This time he's got an op in hand playing A on a very aggressive position, looking to get deep in front of that Viper wall.
And the orb as well that's been laid down prior.
Yeah.
Meant to be creating all this pressure, keep them guessing of it towards A, but when Neon gets ahead of it, it completely really just gets away with it, doesn't it? Neon, he's on a bit of a pixel angle.
Yeah, but now his trip is not that useful.
But Justo, steady is the aim, yeah.
And he's going to be able to set back up elbow, and now his trip is important. Blows has still got a lot on his hands to be able to deal with that top mid pressure. Superman's doing a good job, but that is not where they wanted it.
Spam, I mean, Sado just containing it all towards market. Realize they may have slipped the net, and it is a counter 4 by Spike.
Good work there. Lots of pressure from Superman towards that top mid position. Blows had to call for help. Spike Scene had to come over, but then the way that Spike and Sado then rotate to deal with the market pressure, much better than we were seeing from Leviatán in those early rounds where they left large gaps around the place. Similar kind of setup. EG trying to prod and create problems all across the map on their default. But Lev deal with it, handle it. EG ideally need at least one more out of these final two.
This could be a fast round from EG. Cooked up here. Balls up. Sadow's an immediate runner back, just trying to, again, apply the hurt, turn the heat all the way up, but that's going to be disengaged. Now there's a split through mid, Spike, that overdrive, and follow through and out. The space taken up, absorbed by King. He's right there behind him, and with that rifle in play, this game of timing, this is rapid as anything. Trying to run him down with a shorty, but Zerona, quick thinking, gets off the plant for now. Bullet to the brain of Spike.
It's wild that Zerona has to defend himself in there.
Yeah, Neon just caught. Drop-in falling, not set up for the kill there whatsoever.
Cool set play from Leviatán, but EG all over it. Denying the pressure coming out from Sato and then immediately responding with a fast A hit. Zerona will have been extremely scared when he saw somebody running towards him as he's trying to plant inside the pit. If he had gone down in that situation, could have been a completely different round.
And players maneuvering up through spawn here. King could definitely do some economical damage. He's hunting for it, wants to take that off out of the hands, isn't he?
Jazim was almost close to dying to Spike there as well.
Yeah, potentially.
Last round before the...
See how important that is for the last round here to half.
It's actually going to make a big difference. The EG money is not good. They're going to be coming in with, you know, not just like armor. I think they might even have to scrimp and save on some util here and there.
Okay.
One enemy remaining.
Well, that's comical.
Yeah, no one defending Zerona inside of that. They just assumed no one would be bold enough to go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm missing a snake bite on Zerona, but that's it. Of course, a Guardian on Pancakes too.
Not the most ideal, but not the end of the world here. Real potential here for EG to bring it up to 6.
Shock Dart this time does deal with that trip from Neon.
Okay.
So he's incentivized to go in a more aggressive angle at A. That's the only way he's going to be able to hold.
Finally found its mark. The attack side operator in the hands of Jazine.
Yeah, they've been trying to create a lot of pressure through top mid, so they know that there's going to be people here.
Spike much further forward than before. He's been playing this one a bit more passively towards mid, and they are not ready for it, but the trade is there at least, but that is sharp from blows. Instant return. Bullet to the head there if the Jazine's going to punish. Neon just backing away, looking to sidestep away from the drone.
And he's always going to get back on the angle, isn't he? So confident, Neon. EG have been trying to create this mid pressure over and again. But it hasn't worked quite a lot of the times. And now they don't have a smoke to even create that pressure. I don't know what they're doing in mid right now. They'd be much better grouping in B main, but here it comes, pivot through market.
They're trying to pop through. Get the feet underneath them here. King just disrespects the dart.
Down B.
Doesn't reveal his hand, does not fire away here, and Sadow's got it all covered towards main. 2-round lead here for Lev. EG no slouches. Listen, you cannot count this team out, but back and forth is the way that half went.
EG were putting rounds on the board in fits and starts. Got their pistol, failed to follow up. Had another couple of big rounds towards the end as well. That Viper's pit round might have just saved the half for them. 7-5 is not too bad. You get another pistol on the board and able to follow up. There are still chances here for EG to take it.
Still up in the air. Still anyone's game here for Sunset. We're going to find out soon enough. The emphasis is going to be placed here into EG's hands. Can they get it done on Sunset against the Leviatán squad that have shown signs of weakness at least? They are still down by 2 rounds, but it is a winnable spot for them. Looking forwards into the second half of Sunset.
And we didn't get to see much of this half. This is going to be intriguing. If EG can put together a pistol here and follow that momentum forwards, there are still chances for them. What ideas do LEV have? How are they going to combo Spike and Sato to be able to put themselves in good positions?
EG, 3 players set up over towards elbow. Neon, some early util to see if they can set him up onto the line. Pure reaction time test, but he's got the smoke as well. That one way actually helps, covers him from the dart. Doesn't have to use the rendezvous just yet. He's still sticking around. He's still looking for a little bit extra here, but does he account for that? Dejazine, this time we'll respect it. Going for a couple of more. I mean, Neon, he's never lacking confidence, is he?
He didn't actually pull out the paranoia. LEV are now going to work their way through market, challenge bow.
It's an off angle. Unanticipated. Still traded out though in the end. Tiles accounted for, chip damage, potentially bringing Neon almost down. He's got to be careful. They're running him down. He realizes it. Swift disengage all the way back to main. Safety in numbers.
Yeah, good game sense from Neon.
Very forward. It's the play by Spike. Trying to hold control over towards Boba.
Making sure that they break the trip on the flank as well, just to keep Neon there.
Some for a stun. Spike who gets past a lot of this one here. Dash just goes straight into the wall here, but this is seconds blood off the clock. It might not matter anyway. Dejazine, sharp shooting, just with that ghost in hand, but time is ticking. And that is Sato lying in wait. Flash in your face, pancakes. Can't see a bloody thing. And into the 1v1 we go, but it matters not, does it?
No.
No time at all to work with. This is LEV with a pistol under their belt, bringing it up to 8.
Neon's played that round perfectly in terms of navigating the pressure over towards the A side of the map. And those 2 kills from Sato are crispy clean. You just don't get better. It's so snappy from one head to the other. I'm getting inspired to use the Bandit. These pros are making me feel like I should be picking it up way more in my ranked games.
I think the recent buffs are going to be helping it out a ton with that.
I'm definitely one of those people that tried using it early and then thought, wow, this is so awkward.
You're scarred for life. It's, yeah, it wasn't good.
Well, I think it was. I was just bad. It's the problem with replicating
can be true.
Yeah, that's also, yeah, that's Another triple stack from EG over towards A. They are determined to push this into Neon. I don't know why you would.
Oh, you just don't want to test this guy.
Oh, no.
Leading Rookie of the Year for a reason. See you now, bow towards the back of the site, but yeah, surely going to be dealt with. Dismissed with a wave of a hand. Lowe's is able to contain any more problematic players that might be there towards the back of the site. Spike planted, maxing, Sato's earning now 1 away from his own. Oh, he'd love to chase down his final kill.
Yeah, and that's why they're swapping it in.
Yep, swapped around the guns.
LEV are so good at optimizing in these kind of situations.
Exactly how to play it, don't they? With Sato's death, he's going to have that ult for the next, and that was the entire goal. To Dejazine. Looks to make a miracle out of the moment, but not much to work with. Stinger picked up. Smoke drifting down, but they call for the 3-2-1 swing. All contained, all managed.
Yeah, really nicely handled there. We've seen trips from both of these teams that have fallen flat on their face in anti-eco rounds after the pistol, but this, not an example of it here. Very clean. I think full walking out A main is not the vibe into a chamber team in general, but especially when the chamber is Neon. I think this game plan might need an adjustment. He's just a bit too good to be doing that too. This is a clash though at A.
Yeah, it definitely is going to be, and you've got ult to the back pocket. Neon!
What's he just done?
It's pure filth.
Oh,
and
that's
now
a
ready for the
violation.
refight as well. You are not getting away with taking that one up. Nobody Orb. They make it feel like it's just Neon, and the rest of the pack going to be striking right behind. At least the runner back dealt with, but Pancakes is going to be in a world of hurt now. What a pain potentially living up to his name. We're going to see him now surrounded on multiple fronts, but looking to barrel his way forwards, but the trade's immaculate. LEV not missing a beat.
Spike planted.
Here.
Zerona about look to turn the tide in a round like this, at least claim the 1 kill. They're now just trailing by the 1 player. Anything to
Last
even the
player
scoreline, anything to
standing.
even it at all, but it's just King accounting for it out towards Elmo, blows.
Man, they don't even swing off a timing, they just pick their own timings and
Yeah.
go for it. I thought they were going to do some disciplined setup there. Sight anchor takes contact, King swings.
When I watch
They're just feeling
Neon
it.
play Chamber, it's like he's playing a different game, like he's playing a buffed version of Chamber.
Look at this.
Where his aim resets faster.
It's absurd, isn't it?
The way he gets away with it, I don't know how he does it. He just knows the intrinsic timing down to the milliseconds.
It's outrageous. Jumping
remaining.
forwards and then getting a headhunter kill like that, it shouldn't be legal.
No.
Yeah, you can see it all over Potter's face. Just like, what? I mean, what are you supposed to do against a Chamber player who's A-main defaulting if you can throw stuns at him and swing him and he just one-taps you after jumping up? He gets a fast timing, silent jumping up A-main, you use util, and he one-taps you. And then he TPs away like nothing ever happened.
Yep.
I mean...
And he baits Superman into trying to pick up the spike or the orb.
At some point in rounds like that, you do just have to hold up your hands and say, well, they're just better.
Yeah. And they've proven it. They have a trophy, actually, in the cabinet to really hammer that point home.
A big one, too.
Yeah.
Though, no America's trophy. So that'll be a...
Curious. Curious.
Yeah, me when I'm a
say
G2
LEV are the best
fan.
team in the world, but they don't have the America's trophy. Curious.
I think...
Masters might supersede the America's trophy. As much as I love America's, Masters might be a little bit bigger.
I just mean that that's a narrative for us to be following over the course of this stage.
I feel you.
Certainly they're going to be looking to add more silverware to the cabinet.
Yeah.
Right here.
A weaker buy again. I feel like I've been saying that a lot for EG. But they've been having a rough go of things. It was very back and forth for the first half, but this is looking like it's going in a similar direction to Split.
Well, it was a brilliant time to pull out a set play like that.
Yeah.
On the bonus. It's where you're going to be using a lot of your set theory.
Had a contact up. LEV, they were holding util just in case there were those signs of life from EG. Digizine will be the one to take that contact first. He's got a bucky in his hands.
Yeah, this is not Neon taking the timing though, so no Chamber Rendezvous to work with.
Yeah, it's not going to be breaking that one. Prowler's going to be let loose here, and that's a seize. The molly. Fast lane. Still wants to stay up onto the line here. Reinserting himself, but spammed down, and Kenke's trying to peek off of all of that one. Spike, brave as anything. Running them down through elbow, trying to maintain control of it. Pancakes are still here, but now it's another ult expended. Anything to see if they can win out the day and win out the round here and now. Flash forwards. Bit of a misstep, but they know exactly where Pancakes is.
They've lost the flank control though, with Neon falling. Zerona might be able to slip through and do something.
It's a smoke in his face.
Yeah, now he's reconnected with Bowen. They're going to be thinking about short anyway.
Yeah. Potential for the timing there. What a plant was going down. Would have kept one player occupied, but not anymore.
One enemy remaining.
That's just not even intended, is it?
Oh, it's vile.
Not even intended for Zerona. Okay.
LEV don't need these moments of individual brilliance sometimes. You know, they don't rely on them. But my God, they're impressive.
Yeah, and you start to see it, I think, as well in terms of going up against different caliber of opponents.
Yeah.
The quality shines through, and it will often just win the day for you. Because how do you hold a candle to it when Neon's doing stuff like that? Sato can do it as well.
Yeah.
Spike.
It's
Just
crazy.
taking turns of being the star of the show.
They're an incredibly skilled team. And their story over the course of this year has been them figuring out a system and a style that works for them. During kickoff, you could already see that they were astonishingly talented.
Yep.
When Neon finally turned 18 and joined the squad, yeah, it's brimming with potential and talent, but they didn't quite have that match experience to be able to showcase it all yet. They didn't have all of the confidence. They maybe even had too much of the discipline.
Sure.
But then, once you get to stage 1 and onwards, my God, this team is good.
Yeah, they were sprinting, weren't they? Let's see, op here. Drone, will it stretch far enough? Yes, it will.
Peekaboo.
Yeah, it does show where Neon is. And Digizine is on the line already, preempted here. Prowler, rebroken. A lot of respect being showcased here. EG just pulling back and away from the main fight.
Yeah, Neon's trying to tuck himself into a spot where he can still play in his rendezvous. And this is quite a passive setup over on the A side from Bao. He's got a cam that takes A main contact. Yeah, they just broke it here. So it spots into A main. It'll see these players start to work their way up. So he'll have spotted both of the duelists over here. So I think it's pretty telling that LEV are probably looking to end A.
They're not moving players, though.
No, because they've got a retake set up with kill trips. So their plan was never really to anchor or flood defend.
Haunt. It's going to be well placed here. My blow should be clearing most of the site. Already pings out onto the minimap. Lev orchestrating what they want to do next. Paranoia sweeps.
First trip broken.
Yeah, there it is. Going to be catching onto Sado, and he's going to be no longer for the wall. Those stray shots, though, straight into the dark and into the smoke. It's blows. Gets the connection onto Superman. Sound cues cut away. Pow. Neuropheth was offloaded here. Players out into the position. Did you see? It was the overdrive unleashed, but he's going to be meeting his match in the form of King. Neon finding kills up onto the flank here. Lev preordained to end up at 12.
It looks really, really difficult to work against. Even with the trip being able to gift you a kill onto Sato, it's just so hard when they're being that proactive.
Yeah.
The refight over towards short to catch Dazazine. Is he inside the animation when they kill him?
I know it.
Through the smoke there, and he was just running them down.
He was about to throw a stun, I think.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, these little timings that they take, zero hesitancy.
Yeah. He's really expecting Lev to just be bunkered down on the site. And instead he's taking a fight aggro into them. 12-5 again the score.
Well, here we go. This could be it. Final nail in the coffin. Did they hear and get wind of this? Arona, bait and switch setup. Target prioritization. He's trying to offload these bullets. The Spike is still active here in the fight. Sidestep, but he can't quite get an easy kill. Potentially to Dazine. Caught by the C's, but still sidestep as it fades away. He's able to at least survive for now. This
round isn't making anyone's highlight reel.
No. No. Will not be included in the montage.
Neon's going to walk his way up towards A, which is where Bauer's been bunkered down. They know that the Cypher's on this side of the map as well, because EG were fighting towards B. You wouldn't have your Cypher set up behind that. And so Neon with a little bit of space. Just pinging out that they could be over towards short, but otherwise Lev will be able to contact deep onto this. And Bao's going to have an enormous task on his hands.
It truly is. Tucked behind Jenny as Cam doesn't see a bloody thing because the door's been closed. So he is alone, isolated on an island. 2 trips to play off, a cage in the corner.
30 seconds left.
What can you do? Squares up for the fight. It's instantaneous from King. There's no misstep.
Yeah, if Bao's aim had been a little sharper on the first, then maybe he would have had the timing to tuck back in, play his cage. Small mechanical misstep. And now EG are in a 3v3 retake, and Neon is on such a deep, unexpected line.
Already. Takes a fight forwards. There's our rendezvous. Peels all the way back to safety.
What a setup.
Nightfall as well, scatters forwards here. Superman making a lot of noise, but inside that smoke, it's all King. El Capitan now looking to put a stop and a finish to all of it. Blow stealing it away towards the end, 13-5 on both of the maps here.
Well,
trophy winners from Masters, not missing a beat.
We came in with a question, which was, how does the map pool look for Leviatán? Is Sunset going to be a weakness for them that other teams can pick into? And after getting 13 ones on it just last week, let's say, actually we're going to be able to destroy a lot of other teams on here. It was just a little blip against Furia.
Yeah, just the slightest. I mean, Furia coming in with very quirky composition as well. They weren't really quite ready for, and I think that's what you're potentially seeing the result that we see on our screens right now. But Leviatán get one step closer to potentially breaking even more records.
I honestly think that EG didn't play that badly today as well.
I don't think so either. I think this EG team, to speak positives, they have a lot of promise, I think, with these new additions.